There's some big story brewing in the world of technology and startups, and Nikunj is here to take the discussion forward with a very special guest who's joining us now in the show. Nikunj?
Well, always pleasure to have Sanjeev Bikhchandani, and this is every time I interact with him, I always look forward to learn, understand, and perhaps get a new idea about what the next big things are. But today we'll be very specific here when it comes to the order which came from Supreme Court, where they in a sense has instructed InfoEdge and other companies to pay to Google Pay. Google Pay decided not to continue or plug out the apps of some service providers. Can you give a backdrop to our viewers, Mr. Bikhchandani, that what is the story and why has Google decided to unplug some apps?
Actually, we received a notice this morning from Google. We have heard it has gone to 9 other companies where they have said, if you do not comply with our payment policies, we will delist you. So it's not as if we've been delisted. It is a notice to delist. The truth is that InfoEdge Jeevansathi has been compliant since February 9th, ever since the Supreme Court refused to give relief to these 10 companies. So we are compliant, and we're going to reply to the notice. And let's see what happens then. We are hopeful and confident that they will not delist the app because we are compliant.
Your total business, if I may put it that way, comes essentially from Google Play and from that channel.
Actually, if you look at Naukri, it's next to nothing from the app, the revenue that is. If you look at 99 Acres, likewise. It's only in Jeevansathi there is some dependency on the app, and Jeevansathi is a small business for us, so it's not a big deal.
So, if I ask you a direct question, that would you be paying to Google, or you would say that look, it is a
we
good...
are paying. All past invoices are clear. There's no pending invoice, and as and when the invoice comes, we will pay.
So if Google says that 10 Indian companies in India choose not to pay for the value which they gave for Google Play, factually that is not correct.
No, that the disagreement is on what is a fair charge for what. Okay, it's a commercial disagreement. Right now, whether we pay for value, we pay too much for the value, we pay too little for the value, that's a matter of interpretation, but obviously we'll comply with the court order.
How will the fair value be decided, sir? On what basis?
It's a basis of what is reasonable industry practice. And, our fundamental case was that Google is exercising monopoly power, but we live with it.
Decides not to accept your counter offer, would you be okay if Google Play does not showcase your apps? Because you said that it's a very limited business is coming from there.
No, but I don't think we can be off Google, the Playstore.
And if I may ask in the same spirit, what is your relationship with Apple and with other platforms?
So Apple is a very small part. Even India is mostly Android country. Okay, so the iOS for Jeevansathi is actually very, very small.
Okay. Do you see the fact that in the past also concerns have been raised that Google has tried to use their monopoly power? This is something which do you think could be a lingering concern going forward also for everybody?
Obviously, there's a judicial process, and that has been gone through and continues to be gone through. The case is still pending in Supreme Court. We will follow the law.
For your shareholders, for those who immediately get curious and sometimes market they react and sometimes they overreact. Today, I think they are overreacting. Do you think this is no news and time to move on? It does not impact the business whatsoever?
It impacts Jeevansathi, but Jeevansathi, as you're aware, is a very small part of our business.
Why do these Google concerns keep on coming up? They are exercising monopoly power. I mean, these concerns keeps on surfacing up every quarter or so.
Cannot comment on that generally, but look, Google does have a high share in search and on the App Store, certainly on Android, and Android has a very high share in India. So obviously, if any sort of pricing that Google's partners feel is excessive does cause concerns.
I'm going to close the interview with something which will get a big smile on your face. I will just say 2 words, and are you prepared? It'll get big smile on your face.
Please.
Okay.
I'm already smiling.
You'll smile even bigger when I say these two words. Zomato and
Sure.
Policy Bazaar. Stock at an all-time high. Let's capture that.
Yes, I mean, yes, they're doing well. I mean, I'm very happy that they both got to profit in the last 2 quarters, and they have a bright future, in our opinion.
I'm just taking liberty of asking one big question and something which you argued on this forum, that look, promoters, they need to be cognizant of profitability. You know, as an investor, you've argued, as somebody who's represented the industry, you've argued. You know, you were at the GBS forum with a whole bunch of new founders. Can I say that now logic, path to profitability, and sensible growth is something which is the new mantra for the startup industry?
Yes, and it's been so for the last year or two. It's just that company taking a little bit of time to get there. I think Zomato and Policy Bazaar have already got there, and that was planned anyway. When they went public, they were clear in a couple of years we'll get to profit.
Really appreciate your time. Thank you very much for joining us. And our coffee and the dessert and another meal, everything is getting overdue. So I'm simply adding up the buckets. Coffee तो हुआ नहीं, dessert हुआ नहीं, अब lunch करते हैं next time.
बिल्कुल, दिल्ली में आएंगे तो बोल दिया मेरे को.
Look forward to that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.